Hey everyone, it's Trishna. So today we're going to be doing a November monthly overview using oracle cards. So it'll likely be a 15 card spread. So, alright, I already have some cards falling out here. Let's see, what do we pick up on as we shuffle the cards for November for the collective? I feel like people are in generally good spirits. I feel like the majority of people are being very focused on their work, getting things done, wrapping it up. Partially because it is the end of the year, but I feel like it's not really about that this year. A lot of times whenever we enter the end of the year, we're wanting to wrap things up because it's a new year, new me. There's kind of a sense of closure that we all want to work towards, sense of completion. This year, I feel like we are working not because it's the end of the year. We may not even feel like it's the end of the year yet. We may not even really have a very good sense of time. It's like, what month is it? What time is it? What day is it? This year, it's more about wanting to wrap things up so that we can enjoy some time off. Some very, very much needed time off. A lot of times during the holidays, it can be a little hit or miss, a little bittersweet on how we feel about it. Because if we're not really where we want to be in life around the holidays time, I've mixed something up here already. If we're not really where we want to be around holidays time, whether that's in our career, maybe we don't feel as successful as we want to be, maybe that's in love, feel like we don't have a partner, maybe we just dealt with a recent breakup, maybe things are a little bit rocky, maybe we're starting a new relationship but we're not entirely sure if the person's with us because they want to be with us, or if they're with us because it's the holidays and they don't want to be lonely. So a lot of times the holidays can be a little bit bittersweet. We don't really want it to come around because we might be around family and they might be asking us like, hey, how are things going in this area of your life? You know, the one area of your life that you don't want to talk about. So a lot of times we don't really look forward to the holidays, but this year I feel like pretty much everybody's looking forward to it. I think we're not so attached to where we are in life. Sure, we want things to work out for ourselves, but you know, I think we're okay if it's not right where we want it to be at this particular point in time, all the time. I think we've kind of slowed down in that sense. I'm really mixing up where these cards are going. So really what we need at this point in time is, the reason why we're looking forward to the holidays is because we need rest. We need that much needed rest. We feel tired. Our nerves feel a little bit shot. We might feel like if we don't get some me time, we're going to explode. And yeah, we need to like rest our weary bones. I also feel like for some people, I'm getting something medical related coming up this November, maybe something new that you are discovering, or something that you are learning how to manage or want to figure out how to manage with regards to health. Maybe some of you are recovering from something that has been maybe chronic for you, or really difficult, really weighing on your life, and you're kind of nearing the ending stages. So really happy to hear that for those of you guys. I feel like that might be the majority. Either you are overcoming something and you're nearing the end, or you're learning how to manage something in a way that enhances your quality of life. So positives for the most part. All right, so we got you, and we got you. All right, so let's look at the energies here. So the anchor energy here is blessed. That is the main card for this entire November spread reading. We also have serendipity, and we also have chopped wood. So what I feel like this is really trying to say is, for November, this is a time when things are not necessarily going to go in our favor, but we are blessed. We can see that there is someone looking out for us. We can see how maybe things are working out for us. We can see how maybe things could be a lot worse than they are. And that gives us a sense of comfort. There's some kind of sense of comfort that we are feeling this month, like we are taken care of. We're being watched over in a positive way, in a loving way. And with the Serendipity card, I feel like this is a month where we're open to luck. We're open to things working out for us. We're open to solutions coming to us that we didn't plan for, that we never thought about. And I think this is a month where that certainly could happen, if not this month, then next month. And with Chopwood, I feel like, again, this is where we're really focusing on getting our work done, really doing what we need to do in order to set ourselves up for a good winter or a good holiday. So whatever work we need to do in order to set ourselves up for relaxation, that's what we're doing at this point in time, this month, just really doing the preparation work. Maybe some of you may be prepping as well for any kind of things that could happen during winter, like power outages, etc. So just being that ant, the one that's preparing for the winter, for what's to come next, doing the right things, doing what's required, making sure that the bread and butter work that we need to do is getting done, being on top of our routines and just, accomplishing what needs to be accomplished, making sure that we are able to tick off things on our to-do list. And I feel like we are headed to a place where we are going to be able to find that relaxation with this no place like home. We're finding a sense of relaxation. We're going to find a sense of relaxation towards the end of the month and towards the beginning of December. We may even start feeling that sense of relaxation, that sense of calm and peace and comfort wherever we are. If we are planning to travel for the holidays, we may already be feeling that sense of home, that sense of comfort, the sense of something good is coming here. And I feel like that kind of ties in a little bit with this feeling of blessed. They're two different energies, but we're having this nice comfort feeling that's coming into our lives. I feel like we are starting to embrace the idea of being flexible. So maybe we have been really focused on trying to make things happen. Maybe we've been really rigid in the way that we've been working. Maybe we've had certain goals that we've really been trying to accomplish and hit, and we've just been following our plans. And now we're opening ourselves up to the energy of flexibility, of saying, hey, you know what? I've done all that I can do, or I've done as much as I can do. I've followed my plan. Now it's time for me to relax and allow the universe to kind of step in and help out and add in its magic to the work that I've already done, and really be a part of that co-creative process with the universe, where we've done our action, and now it's like, hey, Spirit, you just come in and do your part. And once you do that, I'm going to go off and relax, and together we're going to co-create, where I'm relaxing and getting out of the way, and I've already done a lot of the groundwork, and you can kind of come in and work your magic and do all of your wonderful things. And again, that ties in really well with this Blessed card and with the Serendipity card, where we're feeling open, feeling flexible to allowing in the universe to bless us and give us luck for the hard work that we've done with this Chopped Wood card. And then we have Imagine, and that's where we are opening ourselves up to possibilities. Again, like Blessed and Serendipity, opening yourselves up, allowing ourselves to imagine what could be, being able to dream bigger than maybe we have in a little while. And I feel like there's still a little bit of restriction around that. Like, there's only so big we allow ourselves to dream, because we can be very practical and very much in our action plans, but we're starting to open ourselves up to new possibilities. Again, in a restricted way, but still kind of moving into that more like, what's next? What are the possibilities? How could magic enter into my life? How could things work out in ways that I hadn't anticipated before? And just kind of allowing things that we don't know to be okay. Like, it's okay to not know what's coming next, just feeling like good things are coming, even if we don't know how or what or how or what or why or when. Let's see here. So I feel like one of the things that we need to know is that we're currently in between worlds. So that's okay, the in between worlds card. And I feel like that really ties in with this whole idea of, hey, we've been doing a lot of the physical action work in order to make our goals happen. And now we're opening ourselves to be flexible, opening ourselves up to being blessed, to serendipity, to opening our imagination and letting whatever wants to come in, come in. And so we're kind of traveling in between worlds, and this can be a little bit of a transition period. I feel like this is going to be very natural, though, for all of us, because we have been working so hard and now we need to rest, and we're just going to be like, just need to rest, you take care of this universe, thank you. So we are traveling between worlds here. We also have the Thinker card. So I feel like we've come from a place where we've been thinking a lot, sometimes overthinking, sometimes over planning, and it's worked for us. It's really worked out for us, because one way or another, our plans have started to work out. One way or another, things are moving in the right direction for us. So it has been working for us, but we are starting to let that go and realizing that now is the time to kind of let that rest. And just like with winter, where some animals tend to hibernate, it's time for us to hibernate our over-analytical nature, at least for now, and maybe that can resurface in spring when we're coming back into planting things and planning things and putting in the work again. And then we also have the happy card. So remembering that there are things in our lives that make us happy and that we have been nurturing that to an extent. Whenever we've been doing our goals, we've maybe been rewarding ourselves or trying to have a little bit of me time in the process, but maybe not as much as we should have. And so bringing that back into our life, like we talked about in the intuitive portion while I was shuffling the cards, that we really need some me time, really need to reconnect with what makes us happy, what makes us feel calm and comforted. And these are just some things that we need to keep in mind and remember, and lessons that we need to bring back into our lives to make this month as pleasant as possible. Now, there are some obstacles that may be coming up this month for us. So one is fates. This is not that fate's going to come in and create an obstacle for you. I feel like there is some guidance that maybe you're receiving from the fates, and it's creating some obstacles for you because maybe you're not sure how it's going to work out. Maybe you don't really agree with the guidance that you're getting. You're just like, well, like that's really nice in theory, but in reality, would that really work out? Maybe we're not sure how to manifest what we're getting from the fates, the guidance, and how to actually put that into an action plan. That may be some of the things that we're working on right now. That may be some of the things that maybe is making our nerves feel a little bit shot. Like we just don't know what we're doing, and we're overthinking about it, and it's stressing us out. And that's might be why we need some me time, because we're not able to integrate this, and it's kind of stressing us out, getting this guidance but not knowing what to do with it. We also have message in the bottle, and I feel like what this is trying to say is you're getting the messages and they're going to come to you when they need to come to you. And just because you're getting a message doesn't mean that you need to act on it immediately at this point in time. Like sometimes we receive guidance from the universe, and that's great, but we feel like we need to act on it right now. But if you don't know how to do it, if you don't know what you're supposed to do, that means that it's not time for you to act yet. It was just time for you to receive the guidance, to know, to plant the seed in your mind so it can grow, so that as you go through your life, you maybe get more inspiration on how to make it happen. You maybe get people who come in to help you make it happen, and because you got the message in advance, you know, oh, like I need to follow this path. If you didn't get that message, you might have just brushed it off. So maybe right now is just a time for you to receive the messages but not receive the actions that you need to take, and just allow the message to come in and honor that, and don't allow it to stress you out. Don't allow okay, this is great, but what do I do now? Let go of the need to do and just take this time to receive. Because, you know, also in hibernation period, when animals go into hibernation, they're dreaming, right? They're sleeping, they're dreaming, they're receiving information, and they can't act on it because they're sleeping. So this is the kind of energy that we need to be operating from at this point in time. And then we have breathe. So we may be having a hard time relaxing. We're doing a lot of good work. We're ready to relax, but we're not taking opportunities here to just breathe for 5 minutes. So, you know, we may feel like that's kind of a waste of time right now. Like I have so much to do and I'm trying to get this all done before the holidays so I can relax. I don't have time to breathe right now. And so even though we know that maybe this is something that we should do, we feel like it's in our way. We feel like it's an obstacle. And it might be something that hangs in the back of the mind. Like I know I should be doing this, but I can't, or I won't, or whatever. And so it maybe brings some sense of guilt, and it's messing with our energy. You don't have to meditate. You don't have to breathe for like 30 minutes. Just do 5 minutes a day. That's it. And that's going to really just like calm you down, allow you to receive more messages. Some of those messages are going to be guidance on action that you need to take, which is what you want to know. So breathing is going to help you with a lot of things. So don't let it be an obstacle. Let it be your solution. Let it be your answer. Let it be the thing that carries you to a beautiful holiday and relaxation period, or a beautiful December, regardless of if you celebrate what you celebrate, or you know what time period you're going through right now. And let's see, so then we have the fork in the road. So I feel like there may be, you may be grappling with some kind of decision, but you don't even know that you're grappling with the decision. I feel like there's some kind of energy within you that's like battling itself out. So some of you may be at a crossroads trying to figure out which way to go, but I feel like a lot of you are kind of battling some kind of energy within. And that's what I'm getting about that. Maybe we'll get more on that in a moment here. We also have never-ending story. So we're entering the end of the year. And then we just start a whole new cycle of a whole new year. So it is a never-ending story. It is something that continues, a continuous cycle. But now may be the time to think, or prepare to think. December may be the time for you to actually think about this, but think about how are you going to make the next year better? How are you going to not repeat the things this year that didn't work? And how are you going to do more of the things that did work? A lot of things worked out for you this year. You had plans, you had goals, and you achieved 75-80% of it, if not more. What led to that? And what did you stop doing that helped you reach that? And how can you maximize that in the next year? How can you up-level that in the next year? So these are some things to think about is, yeah, a lot of things in life are a never-ending story, but that doesn't mean that it has to be the exact same story every single time. It's a spiral. We can up-level it every single time. If maybe you didn't achieve your goals, think about why, what happened. Be honest with yourself and maybe go back more than just the past year. Maybe go back the past 2-3 years. What are the themes of things that you've wanted and things that didn't work out, and maybe what you didn't do or what you did do that impacted that? And that way you can kind of get a theme over a continuous round of 3 years of a never-ending story, and you can end that never-ending story in a way and make the next year something better. And then we have a loyal heart. So I feel like I feel like you have been very loyal. You've been very loyal to yourself, to your needs. I feel like you've been paying more attention to yourself, maybe in the past few months, maybe in the past year, and kind of honoring how you feel and what you need. If you're not honoring it in terms of actually acting on what you hear, you are at least listening to yourself. So maybe you know that you need more time for yourself. Maybe you know that you shouldn't be hanging out with certain people because you really need that time to yourself. Your nerves are shot. Maybe you know that you should be breathing. Maybe you know that you should be connecting with your happiness. Maybe you know these things. Maybe you know that you're getting guidance from the fates and you're not supposed to act yet. So you're acknowledging that. You're not acknowledging that. Maybe you're not listening to it. Maybe you're still hanging out with those people, even though really that's the last thing that you want to do. You need so much to be there for yourself, but you're not. But you are honoring yourself. You are being loyal to yourself and simply listening to yourself and acknowledging that. And I feel like that's enough, because I feel like in December you are going to truly honor it. And I feel like that's going to be a part of this never-ending story where next year you're going to listen to it more. The reason why you might not be listening to it right now is because maybe you don't feel worthy, or maybe you don't want to hurt other people or disappoint other people, or maybe you don't feel like your need for me time is important enough in comparison to what other people have going on in their lives and what they need you to be there for them for. Hope that made sense. But I think this year coming up, 2022, you are going to honor that you have feelings too, that you have stresses too, and that it's okay to take a break. It's okay to step away. It's okay to take a week or two where you're not engaging with other people, where you're not engaging with whatever it is that you feel you need me time from. I think you're going to be a lot more solid, and I think that that's really cool. And that might be what the fork in the road is this battle between yourself where you know that there are certain things that you need, but you're honoring it. That's good. That's really good. Like, it sounds like it's not, but it's really good. That's like such an important step, because when you honor it, you build that deeper connection with yourself, and you get more of that kind of guidance because you're listening. You're opening up your ears and your mind to it. And even if you don't act on it, still you are connecting to yourself. And then more and more guidance will come to where it'll push you in positive ways, sometimes negative ways, where it's going to be like, I'm going to make you sick, so you have to be by yourself. Not crazy sick, but I'm going to put you out in timeout for a little bit because it's what you need. But a lot of times it can be positive where you're getting all this guidance, all these messages. You know you're supposed to be honoring yourself. And now Spirit's going to give you the strength to actually be like, hey, yeah, I can hang out today. I really got to work on some things by myself, which could just be you relaxing. You don't necessarily have to tell people that you're taking some me time if you don't feel like that's going to be enough. If you feel like they're going to convince you, well, I really need you, whatever. You can say whatever you want, but honor yourself, right? Honor yourself first and foremost. Listen to yourself. Give yourself what you need, so then you can give others what you need, and what they need, and feel really good about it. Because right now you may be hanging out with other people or giving to other people, and you're happy that you're there for them, and maybe the moment is positive in a lot of ways, but it's just, there's a part of you, the fork in the road, the battle with yourself, that's just like, God, I wish I could just relax. I wish I could just have a break. So that is the guidance for November. Let's try to recap here. Right now you are working on completing your to-do list and your plans so that then you can have a nice holiday. You are keeping yourself open to luck, to blessings coming your way, to the universe giving you magic and supporting your action efforts with its magic efforts. You are feeling connected to home already. You're opening up your imagination a little bit. You may want to open it up even greater so that you can help with this never-ending story. Maybe part of what has been blocking you from having an amazing life, or if you haven't been reaching your goals or getting close to reaching your goals, maybe it's because you're not dreaming big enough. When we don't dream big enough, we don't get excited about what we're doing. When we dream big enough, we get excited about the possibilities, and it can make us push for something, push for it even more. So maybe open up your imagination so you can end this never-ending story of maybe not hitting your goals every year. And we're transitioning between worlds, going from physical action to opening ourselves up to the universe, handing things over to them so we can go off and relax. We need to reconnect with our happiness. We are getting a lot of downloads from Spirit, but don't get caught up in overthinking and trying to figure out the action, because now is not the time to think anymore. Now is the time to kind of let that go to rest. And breathe even for 5 minutes. Just do it. It'll work wonders for you and your nerves. And it'll help you end this battle, and you're going to end this internal battle of me time versus being there for other people. It's going to be really great next year, because that's the lesson that you're going to learn. And keep trusting yourself and the guidance that you are receiving. So that is the guidance that we're getting for November. I hope that it was helpful. And if you have any questions, let me know. And yeah, it sounds like it's going to be a great month at setting us up for a really good 2022. And that's really exciting. And yeah, just remember, this is a time of hibernation, receiving information, not acting on it, really focusing on the manifestation energies. So with that, I will leave you there, and I will see you in my next